Great. So child's pose, hands are walking out in front of you. And just take a moment, a few moments to reconnect to your breath, to yourself. And we're just going to hang out here while everyone else jumps into class. I know the mornings, especially Monday mornings, can get a little bit hectic, and you may have been busy doing whatever it is you've been doing today. So just take this child's pose to let go of all the things, stressful, not stressful, good, bad, just all of it. Release it with a deeper breath out. And then fill up through your nose, really take in all the air you can, fill your lungs up. And then just a deep, slow exhale through your mouth. Do that a few times. This calms down the nervous system. And then start to walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. And stack your left palm on the top of your right hand. Good. And then really push down through that left hip crease. So you're getting a big stretch in your side body. It's like your ribs are expanding. Yeah. And then go ahead and walk over to the other side of your mat. Open up the opposite side of your body. And then come back to your child's pose and press up into a tabletop position. Good, we're gonna go through our cat-cows. So dropping the belly, looking up on your inhales, and then rounding your spine, looking in towards the navel on the exhales. So go through it a few times. Deep inhales, deep exhales. And I'm all about adding in any extra movement here. So for me, I love releasing the neck a little bit, shaking it out, making some hip circles. Really, it's what feels good for you. You know, we get kind of stiff from like laying in bed all night sleeping and then sitting up all day working. So this is the moment to kind of like lubricate the joints, just get everything moving, the blood flowing, any stuck and stagnant energy gets to flow around a little bit in the body. So get weird. You can flip the hands around so the fingers face the knees and the wrists face out. Yeah. And then keep breathing as you move. So you link your breath to your body. Good. 4 more breaths here. Last breath in and out, and come into a downward facing dog. Great. And then just same thing here, pedal it out. So we're still waking up the body, shutting down the brain a little bit. So just move around, make it feel good. And especially in the first down dog is I like to have a longer down dog. So everyone shift forward to a high plank. And I want you to land shoulders right over wrists when you come to that high plank. If it doesn't happen like that, just take your feet back a bit more and then press back into your down dog. So there's just more space between the pelvis, the rib cage, more space for the back of the legs to open up. Good. Roll out the head and neck a little bit. Good. And then we're going to do that same motion we just did, but a little quicker. So you'll shift forward to the high plank on the inhale, push right back to the down dog on the exhale. Good. Do that a few times. So shifting forward as you breathe in, shifting back as you breathe out. Good. You can keep doing this, speed it up, slow it down, however feels good. If your spine feels ready, you can keep your toes just as they are so you don't flip the feet, but you just shift forward to an up dog so the chest lifts, the pelvis drops, and you get a stretch through the front of your body. Good, and then straight back to down dog on the exhale. So you're either going down dog to plank or down dog to a modified up dog, but just move around your body, so good. Oh, hi, Michaela, I didn't see you there. Yes. 5 more of these. 4, 3, 2, 1, downward facing dog, pause here, lift the right leg up to the ceiling, bend the knee, stack the hip, open up. Stay right here or flip your dog over. Few deep breaths. And then go ahead and do that on the other side. So come back to center, down dog, and then take the left leg up, open up the hip. Yes, and make sure you're pressing down a lot through your hands. Flip the dog if you'd like to. And whatever's on the mat, so it might be 2 hands, it might be 1 hand, depending on where you're at. Press into the ground to lift your body up more, create more space. Beautiful. Take downward facing dog, both feet down, both hands down. And slowly walk your feet up to your hands for a ragdoll pose. Grab opposite elbows, take the feet wide, and just hang. Bend the knees a lot and see if you can get your hips to actually pull up towards the ceiling so that you can come into like a deeper fold. The chest is almost pressing onto the thighs. Great. Drop your hands, bring your feet together, stand all the way up to Tadasana. Hands at prayer. Pause for a moment. Good. And everybody just take this moment for a few deep breaths and to set an intention. So it can be anything, simple, big. It can be on the emotional plane, spiritual plane, physical plane, intellectual plane, but just set an intention for yourself so that you can get grounded, get present, understand why you're here, why you're taking 30 minutes to take care of yourself. And then seal it in with a bigger inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. Good. Reach up above your head, extended mountain pose, look up, and forward fold as you breathe out. So we'll get moving a little bit quicker now. Lift up halfway as you breathe in, pin your shoulders into your spine. Chaturanga, high plank to low plank as you breathe out. Good. Upward facing dog, inhale, flip the feet, lift the legs. Downward facing dog, exhale. Great. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. Do that again. Pull your hips up to the ceiling as you breathe in, and then press the heels towards the mat as you breathe out. One more time. In, all the way out. Shift your eyes to the top of your mat. Jump or step your feet to your hands. Good. Halfway up to fill up. Forward fold to get empty. Extended mountain pose. Reach up, breathe in. Really press through the feet so you get taller. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Chaturanga, step it back, high to low plank. Hug the triceps in. Great. Upward facing dog, spread the collarbones. Downward facing dog, press it back. 2 breaths this time. 1 big inhale. Through the nose, you breathe out. Number 2, in. All the way out, gaze forward. Top of the mat. Halfway up, inhale. Fold. Extended mountain pose, rise up. Yeah, get super tall. Like if you're 5'5", be 5'6", and then forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog, pick the thighs up even higher off the mat. Good. Downward facing dog. And just 1 breath this time, a huge inhale. Bend the knees, look forward as you breathe out, and then jump your feet to your hands. Just go for it. Halfway up. Fold. Extended mountain pose. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Halfway lift in. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Just 1 breath again, fill it all up. Get empty and look forward, step or jump. Halfway up, fold. Utkatasana, take chair pose this time. Good, sit back in your chair. Reach tall in your arms and take some deep breaths. Yeah, especially with this first chair pose, is just play around a little bit so your feet can be together, they can be apart. see how far you want to sit back. You want to go somewhere that you feel it, but it doesn't hurt. You can stay in it. Right? Our bodies change every day. We're super dynamic. We're also super adaptable. So just find what works right now. Yes. If you have kind of a tight shoulders, chest area, you can take the arms behind you and clasp your fingers behind your back and then pull that bind down and lift the chest up and out. Good. Pull the core in a lot. Yes, reach the arms back up. Take one breath in, forward fold, and you breathe out. Halfway up, inhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Step the right foot forward, warrior one. Good, and you guys all did that chest opener immediately. So let's do it here. Take the bind behind your back here. Lift your chest up on the breath in, and then humbly bound warrior, drop your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee as you breathe out. Keep rotating that left hip forward and pulling the belly button up to the spine so it stays active. You're not just letting all the weight drop forward, but you're engaging all the muscles to lean forward. Good, press down a lot through that right foot, reach back up, warrior one, inhale, and chaturanga, drop it down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, do that on the left side, warrior one. Go for your humbly bound warrior, hands clasp, chest lifts, and then shoulders drop. Three deep breaths. Empty out your air, push into the mat, reach up, warrior one, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. One big inhale, pull the air into your lungs. Press it all out, look forward, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Chair pose, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway up, in. Chaturanga, out. So move the body to the breath. Upward facing dog, you lift up, you pull in, and then downward facing dog, breathe out. Right side, warrior one. Reach up and look up. Chaturanga, come down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, left foot steps forward as you breathe out. Warrior one, rise as you breathe in. Good, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale one time. Exhale, bend the knees, feet to hands. Halfway, pull into the core. Good, fold, squeeze out. Chair pose, sit low, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right side, warrior one. Huge step forward and then reach up and back, so create more space in your chest. Good, chaturanga, bring it down. Up, down, left side. Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. Huge breath in, huge breath out, top of the mat. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, inhale. This time, open arm twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Good, so keep the arms open and wide today, yes. And then come back up to chair, inhale, and then twist the other direction. Good, keeping the arms in that T, pull the back shoulder towards the spine even more, rotate, come back to chair pose, inhale, and then twist the other way. So one breath, one movement. Chair as you breathe in. Open arm twist as you breathe out. 2 more times. Chair, inhale. Twist. Chair pose, breathe in. Twist. Come back up to chair, inhale. Pause, sink lower as you exhale. Go do that again. Breathe in, sink lower. Inhale all the way. Drop your hips to the mat, boat pose. Oh yeah. If the chest collapsed, pull it back open, send the hands up, the legs up. Yes. And now bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in, twist over to the right as you breathe out. Yes, and then come back up to center, inhale, over to the left. Keep going, move with your breath. Option to extend the legs as you twist for something a little bit more. Option to drop the heels to the mat if you need a little bit less on the hips and the core. Keep moving and grooving. Pull the pit of the belly in, lift the chest up. Back to center in 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center, reach your arms up, take a breath in. Low boat as you breathe out, extend everything down. Good, come back up, high boat, inhale. Low boat. Yes, 5 more, high. Low, you got it, keep going. Last 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees into the chest, rock and roll. Have a little bit fun, rock and roll back and forth like you're a roly-poly, a little kid. Up and down along your spine, and then land in a chair pose, no hands, just see what happens. Yes, we keep our spines young, we stay mobile. Good, Connie. And then take a forward fold as you breathe out, beautiful. Lift up halfway and inhale. Chaturanga as you exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling, breathe in. Pull your knee to your nose as you breathe out. Good, send it up and back, inhale. Right knee to the outside of the right arm. Great, up and back, breathe in. Right knee to the outside of the left arm. Up and back. Warrior 1, step forward. Good, and warrior 2, open up. Good, reverse your warrior, inhale. Extended side angle. Right hand can come to the right ankle. The forearm can rest on the thigh. You make it work for you. And pull the chest up and out so you're rotating. And then even if your forearm is on the thigh, see if you can get lighter in your bottom hand. So you're really engaging from the strength of the legs, the pressing down of the feet, and the pulling in of the core. Good, reverse your warrior, inhale, straighten out the front leg. And then goddess squat to the side of your mat, heels in, toes out, sink low. Good, right away, reach up, straighten the legs, star pose. And then sink back down to the goddess as you breathe out. Good, star pose, inhale. Goddess as you exhale. And do it again, star. Goddess. Last 4, 3, keep going. Yes, 2, 1, stand up all the way. Warrior 2 to the back of your mat. So we're going on to our left leg now. Good. Reverse your warrior. And then extended side angle back here. Yes, this time change it up a little bit. I want you to take your top arm, rotate it around your back. This might be where you stay, and this is a great place to be. If you want to try a little bit more, take the bottom arm and reach it underneath your front thigh and see if you can get your hands to clasp. If you've got that clasp, pull the top shoulder back and go for stepping that right foot forward, birds of paradise. Yes, if you get the right foot forward, lift the left leg up off that mat and come into a birds of paradise. Wherever you are in this, whether it's extended side angle, birds of paradise, or somewhere in between, it's the right place to be. Just keep listening to your body. Beautiful. And then everybody step back to that extended side angle. Left foot is forward. Good. You're going to take your top hand, that right hand, plant it on the ground, spin the back heel up. You'll be in a simple twist. Right, left arm goes up. Yes. Good. Get really firm in that bottom hand. Press through all 5 fingers. Step the top foot back, side plank. Yes, go for it if you need to set the hand down. Totally an option. Good. And then take your side plank, shoulder stack, hip stack. 5 breaths. Last one, inhale, chaturanga. We'll get back to the front of the room, I promise. Up dog, downward facing dog. Good, lift your left leg up this time, inhale. Knee comes to nose. Send it up and back, inhale. Left knee to the outside of the left arm. Up and back. Left knee taps the outside of the right arm. Squeeze the core, up and back. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. Yeah, no binds, no stepping forward on this side, just be in the pose. The prep is the hardest part. Sink into the front knee, press down through the back foot. And there's so much pushing down and pulling in that it's almost like you could scrunch up the mat in between your feet. And you use that force to expand your chest, lift it up even higher. Great. Keep breathing here, get lighter in your left hand. Pull the left side body forward. A deep breath in and out. Reverse the warrior, straighten out the front leg so you come into a reverse triangle. Good, and then goddess squat. Yes, goddess, get low. Just breathe here, find your edge, sink into your legs, sink back, and then tuck your pelvis up. Yeah, lift your right heel up. Good, drop it down, and then lift your left heel up. Drop it down, lift both heels up, go for it. Yes, both heels up, 5 seconds, 4, 3, all those tiny muscles, 2, 1, release your heels, lift up, stand up all the way. Warrior 2 to the front of the room. Reverse the warrior, really lengthen out the side body here. Extended side angle, keep that length in the side body. And then here we maybe add on a little bit or stay. Reach the top arm back. Reach the bottom arm underneath the leg. See if you can get those hands to clasp. If you do, open up the chest before going anywhere. So you make some leverage, some space, and then step the back foot forward, birds of paradise. So there's no rush. The prep is a good place to be. It's a hard place to be. We like getting from like point A to point C without sitting in point B, because that's where the hard work gets done. A B and point B. So good. And then meet back down, extended side angle. Good, take a breath in, and then come to your simple twist. Top arm plants down, heels, back heel spins up. Good. Start to root down through your grounded hand and then step it back, side plank. Five breaths, stillness, strength. Tap in. Use the intention you set, come back to it. It keeps you here, it keeps you going. One more breath in, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Shake it all out. And take a big breath in. Bend the knees, look forward as you breathe out, and jump through to your backs for a bridge pose. Heels go up, or heels press down, excuse me, hips go up. And then lower all the way down. Plant your hands by your ears or keep them where they're at, bridge or wheel pose. Good. Come all the way down, chin tucks into chest. We'll go up one more time. For the strength of the spine, go up, bridge pose or wheel pose. Lower all the way down. Happy baby. Yeah, rock and roll in your happy baby a little bit. And then hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll along the spine. We love the spine. And roll through one last vinyasa. So you'll land in a down dog and go through the chaturanga. And you'll step your right foot to the top of your mat, half pigeon. My aunt is a caretaker, and one of the women that she takes care of is like 92, I think. And she sends me videos of her still doing sit-ups and then rolling herself up from the floor onto her feet. And it's the strong spine yoga. We're going to be in our 90s and getting up and down when we fall. And you can stay in your lifted pigeon or lower down if you haven't already, and just let the chest relax. And then switch sides. So left side half pigeon. And BKS Iyengar, he's a famous yoga teacher. He kind of builds a philosophy on as nimble as we stay in our body, as supple as we stay in our body, we'll stay supple and young and flexible in our mind. So when changes occur, when problems arise, we practice flexibility, openness, kindness. Our body and brains are so connected. We become stiff in one place. We notice we're stiff in another. And then roll your back foot forward, lay all the way onto your backs, and take a quick supine twist just to release any tension in the spine. Give yourself some deep exhales here. And switch your twist. If your neck allows it, look the opposite direction of your knees. And then come into your Shavasana, final rest. Yeah, pretty awesome what can get done in 30 minutes if we choose to pay attention, be present. Again, this is not the time for your to-do list to come back. Keep them out. Keep your intention in. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll over to your right side before pressing up to a tall seat. Eyes stay shut, hands come back to the heart center. And as the day picks up again and things get busy, just remember the intention you set, the yoga you practiced, and thank yourself for taking care of yourself as it allows you to step off your mat and take better care of others. Bring your thumb tips to forehead center. Together we bow and say namaste. Thank you guys so much. My name's Bella, if we haven't met. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, enjoy Monday.
Thank you, Bella.
Bye, thank you.